You got that James Dean daydream look in your eye, and I got that red lip classic thing that you like.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial. And today I am using one of my ColourPop Cosmetics eyeshadows that I recently bought. This is in the color Fantasy. Gorgeous color. I am obsessed with it. I did a little mini review on them, and if you guys haven't seen that, I will leave it linked down below in the description bar. So make sure to check that out. So I think that is everything. I don't want to ramble too much. And yeah, if you guys are interested in knowing how to get this makeup look, then just keep on watching. Alright, so one eye is done, and I totally did this just so we can save some time. So moving on to the eye that is not done, I'm going to take my NYX eyeshadow base in the color Skintone. You guys are probably sick at this moment to see me using this little base, but honestly it's my absolute favorites, and it just works really well with my oily lids. So after I've taken that and pretty much blended everything out, I'm going to take this ColourPop eyeshadow in the color Fantasy. I am obsessed with this color. It is so pretty. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to bounce it on that little eyeshadow, since it is kind of like a mousse gel type of consistency, and as you can see, it gives a gorgeous payoff. So I am going to apply that to my eyes, and I'm not dragging it. I'm just pretty much dabbing it just so I don't have a lot of like empty spots, if that makes sense. And then we are going to take just another brush in a little bit to blend out the colors. But you first just want to apply it with your finger, and then we can worry about doing any blending or anything like that. So as you can see here, it's a very nice purple brush, but I'm just going to take it and apply it to like my crease, but not using too much color because we do want to use another color in a little bit. This is the Wet n Wild palette by Fergie, and this is in Desert Parade, and I'm taking this coppery shade right here, and it's a clean-ish type of brush. You can use a different one, but it's the same one that I used for my other eye. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that on my crease. This is going to be our transitional color. I thought that this complemented the pink or purple pretty well, and I liked how it came out. So choose whatever transition color you feel comfortable with, but I think it goes pretty good with the color, and just blend it out. Next, I'm going to go in with my black eyeshadow. This is Panther by Wet n Wild, and I'm going to take that on an e.l.f. brush, and I'm applying that to the very outer corner. And as you can see, I'm also making a line because I do want that very nice sharp cat eye type of line at the end, just so it can look nice and clean. And I'm dabbing that as well, pushing it like downwards and upwards as well. And then I'm going to take any brush that you have, any fluffy brush, it doesn't matter which one you have. Whatever you have should work just fine. And you want to slowly start buffing out that black. You don't want to go too crazy with it because it's so easy to mess up with a black color. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave that on the very, very outer corner. As you can see, it starts getting pretty smoky pretty quick. So you want to take a little bit of a time. I do go back with that black eyeshadow several times, and I reapply it just so I can get it as black as possible. As you can see on this eye, it's pretty dark, but because of all the glitter that purple shadow has, it kind of makes it hard for it to be completely black. But take your time with applying that. Next, I'm going to go in back with that eyeshadow, and I'm going to take, again, that purple brush, and I'm going to slowly start to buff out the colors using more of that purple. Since that's the main color that I want to be shown on my eyes, I'm going to take that and buff it out. Then I go back with that black eyeshadow in that same brush, and I reapply it and buff it out again. So you're going to do this several times because we want it to be pretty smoky, not just black, you know, like a soft black. We want it to be pretty intense. But again, it's optional if you don't want it like that. After I've done that, I'm going to go in back with that purple, and I'm going to put it on my fingers this time, since these are pretty much the last steps. And I'm going to apply it again just so we can get a very nice bright color. And then I do take a brush with no additional products, and I just make sure that everything is nice and blended. And then I do go back one more time, and I just reapply a little bit of that black shadow. I don't get too much product, but just enough so we can clean that up. Then what I do is I just take either a wipey or a makeup remover and to clean up the edges. Then I'm going to take probably one of my favorite brow bone highlights. This is also by Wet n Wild, and this is in the color Brûlée. It is a really pretty, like, vanilla-y type of color. I like it because I don't like that plain white. I think it looks too fake, and I think this just complements the eyes very well. After I've done that, I take just a clean brush. Any brush that you have works, and I just buff out the color so there's no harsh lines between the brow bone and the transitional colors. After that, I'm going to prep my eyelashes for falsies by curling them and applying my favorite mascara. I do use the Goddess Lashes by Coco, which are my absolute favorites. After I've done that, I'm going to go in with a black gel eyeliner. Now, you can totally skip this step if you want. For me, I just feel comfortable with wearing a little bit of an eyeliner. I just felt like it gave it a little bit more of a pop to the eyes. But I did not do any winged eyeliner whatsoever. I just kind of wanted to hide a little bit the lash band, just so they're not so obvious. But again, you can skip this step if it's too much for you, but I think a little bit will look just fine. Alright, so now we're going to move on to face. I am using this Pore No More by Dr. Brandt. This is honestly one of my favorite primers that I've ever used. I noticed that it completely fills in my pores, but the full size is so expensive. So for now, I am just working with this little sample size because I'm not trying to pay $45 for a primer, seriously. So after I've done that, I am going to go in with my foundation. This is the L'Oreal Dream Lumi, and this is my favorite brush at the moment. I will just take that all over my face, stipple it on, and as always, I just like to apply it and like dot it, and then I like to blend it out where I don't have like the big pores. Where I do have the largest pores, the largest pores, I like to just push in the products, and then I like to take that down to my neck, again, just so we don't have any harsh lines between our face and our neck, because that is not cute. So after I've done that, I do like to run it right next to my eyebrows, just so again there's no obvious lines that I put on foundation after I did my eyebrows, and just clean up any mess that I might have. After that, I do take my concealer. This is the L.A Girl Pro concealer in the color Creamy Beige, and I'm going to take that pretty much just for not concealing, but to brighten up the underneath eyes, and then take that to the middle of my forehead as well as my chin, and then to the sides of my nose. After that, I'm going to take a beauty blender. This is a damp beauty blender that I have been using for a long time. I absolutely love it. This is my preferred method for blending out my concealer. So yeah. After that, I am going to go in and set everything in its place so we don't get too much creasing. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in the color Translucent, and this is an e.l.f. blush brush. I really like this powder. I think it works really good with my crazy oily skin, and I just love how it makes everything so bright. So apply your favorite powder or concealer and anything that you want to apply. Now, after I've done that, I am going to take my MAC, it's like a bronzer, I believe it's in the color Deep, and I will just be applying that all over my face as usual. I like to start with my forehead and then just work my way around my face and go on from there. Also, don't forget to bring your bronzer down to your neck, because we don't want, again, any harsh lines or anything, you know, your face to be super oh my god, I cannot speak. You don't want your face to be really nice and tan and then your neck to be super pale. So after that, I'm going to take a blush, and this is a Milani blush. This is in the color Luminoso, something like that. I will leave it down below, you guys know. So I'm just going to apply that to where I contoured my cheeks, just so we can add a little bit more color to the face and not just have it all bronzy or anything like that. Next, I am going to take my favorite highlighter of the moment. This is Moonshine, I believe that it's called Moonshine or something like that. It's too late for me to remember things. I will obviously have it down below. And I am going to take that with a huge fan brush by Sedona Lace. This is such a pretty highlight. I mean, it's pretty. I love it. And I just like how everything came out with the highlights. After that, I am just going to take that black eyeliner and run it, not the eyeliner, sorry, the shadow. I'm going to run it underneath my lashes just so I can create a little bit more of a smokiness. And then you want to apply that purple color on top of that black just so we can mimic what's going on the lids as well. Alright, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry if it looks a little bit different from the first video where I showed you this makeup look, but I tried to recreate it as close as possible. So yeah, if you did enjoy it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!